Welcome to the Blockchain Hustle, where I take a look at some interesting plays of how blockchain technology is opening up new business vistas across multiple industries. Hi everyone, this is your host Meenu Serene and welcome to the Blockchain Hustle. Now let me start with a quick recap of my podcast done last year. Now last year I had a threefold focus in my blockchain podcast. The first one was on the concepts. So here I spoke about various concepts of blockchain, things like what are the different kinds of blockchains, what are the different consensus mechanisms of blockchain, what is a smart contract, the different applications of smart contract, etc. And all this was with respect to the enterprise realm. I followed this up with a series of blockchain in the public sector. That is how blockchain is being leveraged by the public sector globally. And I covered various examples of the different countries, etc. within this, and this was across 14 episodes. And I followed this up in a series which I termed it as a blockchain in the new norm, which spanned 12 episodes, and in this I covered as how is blockchain being leveraged in the COVID era. Now, while I was doing all these podcasts, there was one question or one underlying thought which had always been in my mind. And that thought is, or rather question, was how does a blockchain network and its underlying token get its economic value? And when I say the economic value, I mean here the prices which are listed in the digital crypto exchanges, the market capitalization, both of the blockchain network as well as of the token or the coin. So basically the question is, how does it generate money for the stakeholders? The stakeholders are like the network originators, the investors, the token users, the people who validate the token transactions, and the retailers, the buyers and the sellers on that digital crypto exchange. Now, there's several underlying questions behind this basic question of the economic value. Some of them are like, how does one determine the value of the crypto tokens and the blockchain projects? Now, the first obvious thought that would come to mind is, hey, it's a supply and demand equation of these tokens, right? Now, while some tokens, they are issued in a one-off manner, most of them are put into circulation in phases, in gradual phases. But is this relative scarcity, this limited supply, both in terms of the total tokens which are created, as well as the total tokens which are available in circulation? Is this limited supply, this relative scarcity and demand the only factor in determining the value? The second question could be, is the token value solely basis the utility that it provides access to? Now, I had spoken about what are utility tokens and the other tokens in one of my podcasts, earlier podcast last year. Utility tokens are basically the tokens which provide you access to a certain product or a certain service. So the question is the token value solely basis the utility that it provides access to? So one would say that the number of transactions which involve the token or the transaction volumes, then that becomes a key lever to determine the token value. It would be something similar to what we see in the mobile applications. So if we see an app which is very widely used, it creates more value to the app creator. The more usage, the more money that the app creator gets. Or is there another question that is this value network dependent? And when I say network, it means the number of nodes, the number of users which are there in the blockchain network. Because at the end, remember that blockchain is a network economy. So for all these questions and the thoughts which surround it, for all these I figured that I do need to understand the market dynamics in which these tokens, in which these coins operate. So, what follows now is a share of some of my learnings in this process. So, I do hope you're going to find this series useful and enjoyable too. And if you do find it so, please feel free to subscribe, to download, and to share. So, till then, stay safe and see you in the next episode. Cheers. You've been listening to the Blockchain Hustle. Did you enjoy this podcast? If so, please do leave a short review, like it, share it, download it, subscribe to it. What should I talk about next? Please do let me know your suggestions by writing to me at meenu@vlsiconsultancy.com or through any of the other contact channels as shared in the episode notes. Thanks.